Michael Jackson tribute band.
And then he quit the band, so you want your costumes back.
I did not know he would own these costumes.
If you're playing Sir Lancelot and you decide to leave, you don't take Sir Lancelot's costumes with you. They go to the next Sir Lancelot, but as a side hustle, you formed a band.
Correct.
And the band was Michael Jackson Impersonator.
It was a Michael Jackson tribute band.
And the defendant was part of that band.
Yes, he was the impersonator.
When did you hire him?
Well, we met in mid-2018, but it was probably about 2 or 3 months later that we decided to work together on this project.
And when did the band first perform?
The band first performed in 2023.
Okay. Now, at some point, you paid for costumes for the band.
I did.
And among the costumes that you paid for the band were the defendant's costumes, who was the Michael Jackson impersonator.
Yes, they were the costumes he would wear for the performances.
And you do not deny, sir, that he provided the money for the materials for the costume.
Some, but not all.
Which ones are not all?
Well, he paid for $2,772.52 of materials, and I paid for $460.64 of materials.
Well, why don't you tell me exactly what it was that you bought?
Crystals that were used on the main jacket, which were quite a bit of crystals, I believe came up to $187. And then I also bought the tools that were used by my girlfriend, who's the witness. She is the costume designer of these costumes. So there were certain tools that she needed to place crystals and things like that.
Where are the costumes now?
They are actually here, but they are in my possession.
Okay. So you want your costumes back. That's what it's about. Then there was a loan that you made, allegedly, to him of $1,000. And you made that loan, according to you, he said he was short on expenses, back in December of 2023.
Correct.
And then he quit the band in May of 2024.
Correct.
The defendant does not deny that you gave him $1,000 in December of 2023. He says that that was an advance that was going to be taken out of his earnings from doing the shows. So my question to you, Mr. Pollock, before we get into the costumes is, between December in 2023 and May of 2024, approximately how many performances were done with this band?
2 shows.
When?
That was April of 2024.
Just 2 shows in April of 2024.
Correct.
So nothing in January, February, or March?
Correct.
Why is that? Just no booking?
No booking.
And how much did you make from those 2 shows in April?
One of the shows, the gross pay was $7,600.
Your gross pay or his gross pay?
The band's gross pay.
Okay. And the other?
$5,600.
And how much did the defendant make from those 2 shows?
He made $1,082 from one show and $775 from the second show.
Was any money taken out of his salary for this $1,000 loan/advance?
No, because for taxation purposes, we keep the money that he would get separate. The $1,000 was my personal money that I loaned him.
So the money that you loaned him came out of your personal account?
Yes.
Okay. Did you receive $1,082 and $775 for those 2 shows?
Yes, I did.
Is it your claim that you were owed an additional $1,000 for those 2 shows?
Yes.
So that's your answer. Your answer is, your claim is you were owed an additional $1,000. Careful with your answer. Is that correct? Is that correct? Yes or no?
No.
Okay.
I am owed $1,500 per show in our contract.
Oh, I'd like to see that.
Yes. And also, he is the sole investor of everything.
It doesn't matter.
No worries.
It doesn't matter. I just want to see where it says that you get $1,500 a show.
You'll see that in Section 2 as an estimate.
Shh. This is just an estimate. This doesn't say how much you're going to get, sir. He's absolutely right. Can't tell how much you're going to get. It's estimated.
I'll also state that I did not know it was a loan, as I thought it was an advancement. I also had the proof of that. The Zelle that he sent...
No, all I'm asking you is, did you pay him out of this...
Out of those 2 shows, I did not know, ma'am.
No, then you owe him $1,000. That's easy. And then you quit in May. What was the reason that you quit?
Communication, business communication, just the relationship in general. We were supposed to be business partners. I felt I
And
wasn't.
it didn't work out.
Correct.
Okay, fine. Have you done any shows since?
Yes,
With whom?
we brought in a replacement Michael for that show.
Okay. And what did you do for costumes?
That impersonator we hired brought their own costumes.
Is he still working for you?
No.
Okay.
No.
Anything else to tell me about the costumes other than the fact that your girlfriend made them?
She created them. She was never paid for labor.
She has to have a contract to be paid for labor.
Yes, I understand.
You know,
And
that's an investment she's making in you. Unless
Correct.
she had a contract with him, he's not responsible for her.
Yeah, it was never under any of my knowing that he would own these costumes or own anything that was paid for as far as being the sole investor, because it was towards me as far as makeup or anything like that. I also helped pay for the costumes and also helped build the costumes as well. So
Doesn't matter. They're his costumes. If you are in a Broadway show and you're playing Sir Lancelot and you decide to leave, you don't take Sir Lancelot's costumes with you.
no,
They
but
go to the next Sir Lancelot who is coming to work for Flo Ziegfeld.
But ma'am, we did this together. This was not he hired me for something. We were two business partners together.
How much did you put into the business, sir?
I put $4,000. This includes my counterclaim.
Now, your
created.
your counterclaim's nonsense, sir.
It is $4,186 because of travel expenses that I paid for, which he was
Just a
supposed.
second.
Yes, ma'am.
You have to return his costumes today. You have to return his $1,000, which you have not returned so far.
Could I
now,
pay
let's deal.
him instead of returning the costume?
Can you
'Cause
what?
That was his deal.
What?
His deal was that he would like $3,019.
Let me
instead
explain
of the
something to you. He's
costume.
getting the costumes back.
Yes, ma'am.
That's what he wants. That's what he should have had. Should have had the costumes back. So he's getting the costumes back. Next, we're going to get to your counterclaim. Dating back to what month and year do you claim he did not pay your travel expenses?
From the very first show.
Well, then that's a problem that you have, sir. Do you have communication to him, starting with the first show, that indicates these are my expenses, I'd like to be paid? We're talking about over a year ago. I'd like to see a communication that you have with him that says these were my expenses for the first show traveling that he did not
I would
respond.
constantly just tell him I've spent this much.
Yeah, that's why I said your counterclaim's nonsense. It's dismissed. He gets his $1,000 and his costumes back. We're finished. Thank you very much. That's all.
This court
I thought it was a great ruling, and it was right along the lines that I was expecting.
Yes, it was very much creative differences.
The band did well, and the audiences just loved it.
And he would constantly combat me with different things.
He kept demanding more and more money.
Well, the whole band left him, if that's any indication, and they are working with me now.
Imagine the producers of Broadway shows if every time one of their actors decided to quit to move on to something else, took their costumes with them.
Very expensive. It would get
Very
I'm sure.
expensive. And in order for his girlfriend to be compensated for the time that she spent in making or designing the costumes, she has to have a contract with the plaintiff.
Yeah.
Instead of an arrangement with her boyfriend whose career she wanted to encourage. Relatively easy case. And as far as his expenses were concerned, unless you, in a timely fashion, say, this is the money that you owe me, these are my plane tickets, train tickets, car expenses.
Yeah. The fact that he didn't have one communication about them led
Not
me to
one.
believe it was sort of an after the fact.
I'm
ask.
going to count.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
All right, this case, it's not just about a tribute band. It's about business, ownership, and what happens when partnerships fall apart. Two men built a Michael Jackson tribute band. One handled the business side, bookings, money, investing in the production. The other was the star, the Michael Jackson impersonator, the face of the band. They met back in 2018, but the band didn't actually perform until 2023. By then, thousands of dollars had gone into custom costumes. Detailed jackets covered in crystals, special tools, materials. The founder says he paid over $12,700 for the materials. The impersonator says he contributed some money too and helped build them. His girlfriend even designed the outfits, unpaid. Then in May 2024, the impersonator quits. And he keeps the costumes. That's when the lawsuit starts. Now let's talk about the $1,000. In December 2023, the founder sent him $1,000. The founder says it was a personal loan. The impersonator says it was an advance on future show earnings. Between December and May, the band only performed 2 shows, both in April 2024. One show grossed $7,600, the other grossed $5,600. The impersonator earned around bears $82 from one and $775 from the other. But none of that money went toward paying back the $1,000. Then he leaves the band. In court, the impersonator argues he was supposed to make $1,500 per show. But when the judge looks at the agreement, it clearly says estimate, not guarantee. Big difference. Then comes the costume argument. And this is where the judge shuts it down. She says basically, if you're in a Broadway show playing Sir Lancelot and you quit, you don't take the costume with you. It belongs to the production. That analogy sealed it. The costumes were created for the band. The majority of materials were paid for by the founder. There was no written agreement saying the impersonator owned them. Helping design something doesn't automatically make it yours. Then the impersonator tries a counterclaim, says he invested over $4,000 in travel and wants reimbursement. The judge asks one simple question. Do you have messages from back then asking to be repaid? He doesn't. No documentation, no written demands. Nothing showing he ever formally asked for that money at the time. So the judge dismisses the counterclaim. Final ruling? Return the costumes. Repay the $1,000. Counterclaim dismissed. The lesson here is simple. When you mix creativity with business, put everything in writing. Ownership, loans, compensation, all of it. Because once the relationship breaks down, we understood it differently, doesn't work in court. Bands break up. That happens. But you don't walk off stage with the production's wardrobe. If you enjoy real courtroom drama breakdowns like this, support the channel. Like the video, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next case.